Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Beat the Bookie, and this is match week 33. We're going to drop our picks for this week. Joining me, as always, on the show, the Dazzler Mystic Mac himself. The crystal ball is being out. Everything is being out. We're feeling a little bit, I don't know. Our resident referee last week dropped a lovely little treble. So we have to kind of challenge that this week and try and land a good one ourselves, don't we?
I've challenged a couple this week, I have to tell you.
As they say, close but no cigar.
Yeah, I've hit a couple of posts recently. As I think last week when I got put off, I was just mentioning our friend Greg had been hitting a couple of posts. I think I've hit a couple of posts, couple of crossbars, bit of this, bit of that. I'm looking for one of those Niall Quinn ones. You know, one of those ones that goes in off your left bum cheek and all of a sudden you get in a roll and you're thinking, here we go now, I'm back in the game.
There's a big one just around the corner, isn't there? Definitely a big one.
And you know what? You know what? There's a really big one, a really big priced one for the weekend. Really big price.
I have a big one myself as well that I worked out on your favourite bet as well. But before we get into that, Mark also sent in his bets as well. But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping. It is the Upper Tier Podcast out there on YouTube, so you know where to go. Hit that subscribe and bell notification button. Also, drop your picks down into the comments. Let us know. Give us some tips back. At times we do be struggling. And of course, if you want to contact the show, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also the Upper Tier Podcast at gmail.com. And we're also out there on TikTok. Quick rundown.
Will I tell you a really good tip?
Go on.
You ready for this one?
Go on.
As men, it's quite easy to lose control of what we do. Would you agree with that, Will?
100%.
Okay, so you take the Paddy Power app off your phone. Yeah?
Yeah.
You put it onto your missus's phone, right?
Yeah.
So she controls it. So on a Saturday, if you have a bet and you know, if you're like me, I put the same amount of money in every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's what I give myself. But I know lads that can't do that. Put it on hers. She'll only allow you put in what you're putting in. She'll keep a little eye on you, you know? And sometimes now and again, we need that. But don't tell them.
This is your roundabout way of describing always gamble responsibly.
Absolutely.
So instead of feeling like controlled old men in a nursing home with a few bets on a Saturday, we could have said, please always gamble responsibly.
I asked me missus to pass me the phone at about 2:30 on a Saturday. I do me bets, I pass it back. That's me done for the week. Don't do anything silly then. Not logging on a Sunday night to see how the golf is going in America and can I make a few pounds. What horses are running at Goodwood on a Friday afternoon and have any of them got 3 legs and can I back it?
Yeah, Ian Poulter's coming up the stretch just 2 off the lead and you're thinking maybe, and then you go, no. The only risk of that, what happens in the event of a big win? Then what?
Well, she knows about it, which also means you can't piss half of it away.
Well, in theory, half of it is going away anyway, isn't it? If you're in that kind of relationship.
Absolutely. Well, listen, what's she going to say to you? So let's say it was my wife, right? And I have a particular win. She might say, you know, we could use that for A, B, and C. Now, if we use that for A, B, and C, all of a sudden it's not coming out of my bank account. So I'm still making it in a roundabout kind of a way.
But in theory, I would imagine your Paddy Power account or your Boyle Sports account, just to be neutral on this show, of course, because none of them have hit us up yet. A little bit of sponsorship, a little tip out there. But is your betting account, let's say, is that not really an extension of your bank account in reality if you have a winner? Or if you're in a positive balance, let's say?
Well, I mean, I get the opportunity. I can just put the money back onto my card. I can go down the road to the shop and I can take it out as cash and even hand it over to her and say, there you go, box that off what you were looking for. Job done. And I still have the gravy in my bank account then. I mean, it's not all bad, is it?
No, not too bad, I suppose, yeah. Interesting. I think listening to I think looking at our viewers and stuff like that, they'd be very brave to set up that Paddy Power account on their wife or their girlfriend's phone and do their bets from there as a form of control. I suppose the joy of gambling sometimes is we like to lose a little bit of control if we are gambling responsibly with money that we can afford to lose. It's nice to lose. Is that not part of the sort of the fun of it that you do lose yourself a little bit within it?
I gamble for two reasons. Now, this is me personally. I gamble, A, to win. Yeah. So winning for me would mean me pitting myself against the bookie.
Yeah. The challenge.
So the challenge of getting those three little ducks lined up in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then B, after you get that, is the financial end of things where you might go, oh, look, because, I've told you this before, I put €50 in on a Saturday afternoon. That's my gambling then. Yeah. Now, if there's a midweek game, I need to either have something left out of last week's, yeah, or do I have to cross the path of herself and say, there's a couple of midweekers there, and she goes, that's outside of your 50 a week. Get back on your chair. And I go, all right, fair enough.
Well, I'd be the same as you in terms of why I do, but I only have one other reason. And I'm surprised you missed it. It's the fact that we're both content creators and we produce a Beat the Bookie show.
Well, there you go.
Just putting that out there.
Absolutely.
Anyway, let's get into the fixtures then. Start off Arsenal versus Man United. Massive fixture in the top four race. Leicester versus Villa. Man City versus Watford. Norwich versus Newcastle. Brentford versus Tottenham. Then into Sunday, Brighton versus Southampton, Burnley versus Wolves, Chelsea versus West Ham, the Merseyside derby rounding out the Sunday, 4:30 Super Sunday, Liverpool versus Everton, and on Monday night, Palace versus Leeds. So we're running from the Saturday lunchtime through to the Monday evening.
Lovely.
So, many have you got for us this week?
Got three.
Go on, give us the first one then. I know you obviously have a big one there, so we're going to hold the big one till the end, I would imagine.
So let's go low, medium, and high.
High, okay. And I think your high bet and my high bet, we can see which challenges for our charity bet. Charity bet, which is the other reason why we gamble. That's the fourth reason.
Because we're givers, not receivers.
Absolutely. Anyway.
So, anytime goal scorers.
Okay.
Wilfred Zaha at home for Crystal Palace against Leeds. We have Mohamed Salah at home for Liverpool against Everton.
The banker.
Ivan Toney at home for Brentford against Spurs.
Nice.
And Ollie Watkins away from home for Aston Villa versus Leicester.
I like these choices, and this is your low one. We're in for a big week this week. I'll tell you, like if you've Ivan Toney in there against Tottenham and all, fair play. Come on,
it's not a great price.
No.
Well, Tony's a really poor price on his own. Tony's 17 to 10, so he's less than 2 to 1 anytime.
It's not bad for an anytime goal scorer, though.
Salah is killing us here. Salah's 8 to 13.
Yeah, no surprise.
Zaha again home against Leeds, 17 to 10, and Watkins away from home. He's the best price away from home against Leicester. He's 15 to 8. As a quartet, 30 to 1 anytime.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Fiver gives you 155, and that's the low one. I tell you,
that's the low one.
Well, I will match your anytime scorer with my anytime scorer, but I went for 5 because I'm that greedy kind of person. And I brought in a slightly better odds, similar picks, but slightly better odds. I started out with Kai Havertz for Chelsea against West Ham, Phil Foden for Man City versus Watford, Philip Coutinho, the little magician, for Aston Villa versus Leicester, our boy Son for Spurs against Brentford, up against your boy Tony, and of course Mo Salah, the banker, who's going to pump everything this weekend and probably get a hat-trick and tie down that golden boot. 53 to 1 for the extra body in there.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
It's not bad,
Tasty.
sure it's not.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. I'll take a bit of that.
Anyone in there that sort of, it was iffy for you?
I don't know if Foden plays.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one because he's played quite a bit. He obviously had the head injury away at Atletico and stuff. I don't know if Foden plays. Other than that, I'm happy with it.
He's in good form though. If you seen him last night, putting
He is in
himself
good
about and finishing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Top drawer the kid is.
So that was my anytime scorer. So do you want to give us your next rung on the ladder there, if you like?
Right, so we obviously talked about in the Premier League preview, I fancy there's going to be quite a few draws this weekend.
You did.
So I've gone with draw and both teams to score.
Okay. That's a little out of left field there, but go on.
So I've gone for the draw and both to score. Arsenal United.
Yeah.
Brighton Southampton.
Yeah.
Leicester and Aston Villa.
Okay. What does that give you?
80-1.
80-1. Nice. I went for a similar bet. I did both teams to score and result, but I didn't do draws. I did winners. And this could potentially be this. I don't know whether this will top your number one in terms of odds, but it's your favorite bet anyway. Both teams to score and the result. But I picked similar games. I did Arsenal to win, both teams to score against United. Villa to win, both teams to score against Leicester. Chelsea to win, both teams to score West Ham. Spurs to win, both teams to score against Brentford. And Brighton to win, and both teams to score against Southampton. Now, the Brighton one is the one that really seals the deal here.
That must be huge.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking 400.
970-1.
Yeah, that's big.
Has to be worth a fiver, doesn't it?
It's a lot in that.
The Brighton one is the one that's scaring you, isn't it?
No, there's
What's the one that's scaring you? Chelsea a little bit?
No, I think they're all a little bit scary. You're looking at Arsenal beating United. You're looking at Villa beating Leicester. You're looking at Brighton, Southampton. You're looking at Chelsea, West Ham. Like, there's a lot in that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So I also had a look at my Saturday accumulator that I always do. I like it when there's a number of matches on Saturday and Sunday because it's like a double chance. You can do both days. So
only if it's all entailed in your 50.
It always is. Always is. So the Saturday accumulator I did Arsenal, Aston Villa, Man City, Newcastle, and Tottenham, 20-1.
Nothing wrong with that at all. That's nice. That's tasty.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams though, but decent.
Yeah, but it's clean. You're not waiting on, 2 teams to score, one to be up at half time. This is like boom, boom, boom. I like it. I'm impressed with that one.
Nice. I did a Sunday one as well. Do you want me to drop me Sunday one before you drop your bomb?
Go on ahead.
Sunday accumulator then. Brighton, Wolves, Chelsea, and Liverpool. 11-1.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Again, the Brighton one is the one that could stumble us, if you like. The battle of the seaside. Give us your big one.
Yeah, my big one doesn't sound as big as it did earlier because obviously you've come in with 975-1.
970-1, yeah, with that both teams scoring result. But yours will probably be more level-headed and a really, really good price, maybe.
Maybe. So what I did was I went for a result and both teams to score.
Yeah.
But I went with 3 away teams, knowing that would inflate the price slightly.
Okay.
So I've got Newcastle away from home against Norwich.
Yeah.
Result on both to score. I've got Wolves away from home against Burnley.
Yeah.
Again, result on both to score. Now here's where I'm being a little bit hopeful.
You're dropping the hammer. You're dropping the hammer.
And this is where you're getting your price from. I'm dropping the hammer. So I'm going West Ham at the Bridge, result, and both teams to score. So your treble with both teams to score, Newcastle, Wolves, and West Ham, 250 to 1.
That's nice. For a short enough bet as well, like it's only 3.
And like, if I'm honest, I can't see past Newcastle and Wolves. Like, when you look at a game and you're kind of going, you've three possible outcomes. You've got your home team, your away team, and your draw. I don't think Newcastle will be beaten this weekend at Norwich.
I'm surprised the aways inflated the prices there, because when I look at them, I would have Newcastle all day over Norwich, and I would have Wolves all day over Burnley. So yeah, that's a great price, really, because that to me sounds like, apart from the West Ham Chelsea one, that you've picked the 2 favourites really with both teams to score.
Almost. So Newcastle are 10-3, result on both to score.
That's a great price.
Wolves are 5-1, result on both to score away at Burnley. I think that's a serious price on its own.
That's a standalone to cover your bets for the weekend, nearly.
Yeah, and then West Ham, result on both to score at the Bridge, is 9-1.
Yeah.
So that's really where you're getting your value from. Now, we did this last week. We had one huge price and a couple of smaller ones together. And when you mix them all around, you get this price explosion, this price extravaganza. That's what we've gone for. 250 to 1. Resulting both to score 3 away teams, Newcastle, Wolves, and West Ham, 250. I think it's plausible. Yeah. I think if I looked at the results after the weekend, and I saw Newcastle 3-1 away from Norwich, I saw Wolves 2-1 away at Burnley, and I saw West Ham 2-1 away at Chelsea, would it shock me?
No. Definitely not 2/3 of it anyway, for sure.
250 to 1. I'll have a bite of that, thanks.
Yeah, I might have a look at that, actually. Do you know what I might be interested in? Might be interested in doing the first 2 as a double. Would be a nice return as well. What are you talking? 10-3 and 5-1?
Yeah, let me look it up for you here, yeah?
Yeah, that as a double, I'd say, would pay even decent money without even having to risk Chelsea and West Ham.
As a double, it returns... It's a 25 to 1 double.
That's a lovely double.
Yeah.
That's a lovely double for where we're sitting here now, based on form, looking at that nearly being nailed on.
That's a 25 to 1 double. Newcastle and Wolves, result and bout to score.
Do you know what I might do? I might do the patent. I'll do the 3 and a patent. So you get the 3 doubles, the treble, and the 3 singles.
Yeah.
Isn't it the 7 bets? That could be a nice bet to do on those 3, actually.
Could be. Yeah.
Because you're nearly getting your stake back off the Wolves game.
Absolutely. Well, 6. Yeah, you're close. Yeah. You're close.
Yeah.
You pick up 2 of them, you're up. You pick up 3 of them, you're in clover, as they say.
Absolutely. I'll give you my last bet then. I just did a both teams to score one. So I did Arsenal Man United. I did Leicester Villa, Chelsea West Ham, and Brentford Spurs. Not a big price, but 7-1.
Again, very, very plausible.
Yeah. Safe, isn't it? Safe enough, kind of.
I don't know if you could say that and safe at the minute, but listen, I think it's especially not with our friend Vlad still on the prowl. But
absolutely.
But yeah, I think 7-1, it's nice. It's 8 teams. Again, it's plausible. When I'm having a bet, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if I see these results, what would I think? Would I think that's a great win for such and such a team? Would I think that's really out of the ordinary? Would I think it has to be plausible? If I don't believe it, for me, it's not going to happen. Do you know
what I normally do is the eye test. I think if I walked into a betting office and it was up on the board as a special, would I laugh at it or would I do it? When you see them and they have the board with the specials on it and stuff like that.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's what I do normally do. I've 2 bets here from our resident referee, Mark. He normally sends us in 3. I think he's away holidaying down in Cork at the moment. He was in one of your favourite shops, Sweet King.
That's right. Saw that yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a little romantic time away for our Mark with the anniversary and stuff like that? Or
I'm not too sure. I think it's just he's been burning the candle both ends. He's been very busy and working on with wedding parties and fit outs and all that kind of stuff. So I think he just needed a break from the norm, to be honest. But he cropped up at Sweet King. I told him to mention that we'd been plugging them, but they hadn't been in contact.
He could certainly show a few clips, couldn't he?
He could definitely show a few clips. And if he needed a few more, I could send him a few more as well.
Yeah.
Because we have videos of that good Sweet King stuff, even on our WhatsApp group. There you go. What's that one now? The Valentine's Day one.
Yeah.
And it's still full. Man, I'm impressed.
There's still a little bit in it. It's not bingo bus, but there's still a little bit in. Let me just do the taste test and check it. He's still all right. Nothing wrong with them.
They're all good, Eddie. It's that good foil sealed bag, isn't it? Keeps those jellies fresh. Right, let's get into Mark's two bets. He normally sends us 3. So I said to him, I went back to him and I said, where's your United bet? And I'm going to quote him here from our WhatsApp group. I'm not doing a United one this week because we are shite.
I think that's fair enough. But that must mean we still have a championship one to guess.
We do have a championship one to guess, but I'll give you his anytime goal scorer first. His anytime goal scorer one for the weekend is Madison, Maupay, and Vhurst. Pays 24-1.
Okay.
Not a bad bet. Hard to bet against him after landing the treble last week anyway. So his championship bet, I'll give you the 3 clubs so we can play, give us a clue. His 3 clubs this week are Forest, Borough, and Blackpool, of course. Blackpool every week. Our viewers at this stage should know Mark is all in on Blackpool. As a matter of fact, he's probably a bigger Blackpool fan this year than he is Man United fan, to be honest.
And I'd say he's having more luck with it as well, probably.
Well, he did last week.
Are these anytime goal scorers?
These are anytime goal scorers in the championship.
Oh, I'm going to make the assumption he's gone back to his tried and tested of Brennan Johnson.
No.
Okay. He's not gone for Johnson. Is he gone for the boy Keenan Davis?
No.
I'll give it one more shot, yeah?
Yeah.
Zinkernagel.
No.
Who's he gone for a Forest?
A Forest, he's gone for Yates.
Okay, right. Yeah.
And then for Borough?
For Borough. Borough. Oh,
If I said someone who commits a robbery.
He's a robbery.
Crooks.
Crooks, okay, right.
This is like that catchphrase, isn't it? That joke catchphrase or something. Give us a clue or whatever, yeah. And at Blackpool.
Well, he had his boy CJ Hamilton last weekend, and he came up cropper for him, didn't he? Has he gone back there?
He hasn't.
Then he's gone for the boy Lavery.
No.
Yates.
No.
Medine.
No.
I'm done. Bowler.
No.
Go on.
He has Connolly in here.
Right. Got one near the end, I think, didn't he, the other night as well?
Yeah, now you'd have to educate me on that one. Is that how does that look this week? Is it worth throwing a few quid on it to follow that after last week? Or is that a stretch? It's 33s.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch.
Mm.
Who Borough got this weekend?
No, I didn't look at the fixtures. I normally rely on you guys for the championship stuff, but I can check here now for you. Saturday, Borough have... They're away to Swansea.
That'll be tough.
That's a tough one. They're away to Swansea, and then...
Swansea, who drew 4-4 last weekend.
Blackpool are away to Luton.
That's another stretch. This bet's getting worse by the minute here.
That's another tough one.
Luton are knocking on the door of automatics almost. Luton will definitely end up in the playoffs.
What was the other team he gave us?
Forest.
Forest are away to Peterborough.
Yeah, a little more believable.
Yeah. So we just take the single Forest one then, yeah? Well, as always, it's been a pleasure. And as we say to our viewers all the time and our subscribers, always gamble responsibly, or do it on your
Always
wife's.
eat jellies responsibly.
Yeah, definitely always eat jellies responsibly, unless they're Sweet King, because the rumor is that the Sweet King jellies are good for you.
One thing I can tell you is they are sweet.
And they do bring a smile.
They do.
Well, folks, this has been Beat the Bookie Match Week 33 with myself and the Mystic Mac, the Dazzler himself. Hopefully, we'll land you a few quid this week. As we said earlier, drop your picks down in the comments, or you can email them in or send them in on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to hit us up. New audio versions of the show, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And we will talk to you again real soon. Cheers, brother.
Thanks, pal.